Hey y'all.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, this feels so weird to be back in our regular studio. Like, this is so weird.
I miss this room though.
I do. I really do miss this room. Welcome back to another episode. Blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to another episode of Code Switching Naturally.
I'm AJ.
I'm Channy.
First of all, okay, there we go. Because this chair, y'all, I almost fell out this chair like twice already. Okay.
We just got here.
Shut up. I do nothing. All right. So today it's going to be a little different. We kind of came back to the old stomping grounds. Q went.
He went to go be a zombie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to zombie camp.
I hope he comes back a full-fledged zombie. Yeah, just like he dreamed.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. That's a way of putting that. Yeah, so we just decided to come and kick it with just the two girls this time. And so, Channy, how are you?
I'm doing.
Hey, same.
So this week has been erratic. So, it's been a little bit wild, but you know what? We making it. And that's what's important.
Not erratic, but blah.
Mm.
And I had to tell my therapist, girl, I don't know where it came from. It was random. And she had to walk me through that thing, girl, because I was like, Jesus, this dark space ain't sitting too well for me. And I can't go into this new job like this, so we got to figure something out. And we did, and we blessed God. It was a great time.
We love that.
I do love that. So, what is let's switch it up this week. Who would you like to give an L to this week?
The entire cast of Scamilton. Because let me tell y'all, there must have been a janitor with all them keys in there. Lord.
Jesus fix it.
Because,
first of all, I ain't never heard of Scamilton. Y'all know I don't have the tick of talk. I am an old person. I'm an old folkie who just refuses to figure out TikTok. I just refuse. I refuse. I done tried to do like a little voiceover thing on Instagram and got pissed off. I said, this is why I don't need a TikTok. I'm just not going to do that shit. So it's not meant for me.
I totally understand that.
Y'all excuse my voice. I sound like a whole, I don't know. It just sounds very deep today. I can't tell you why. I don't know. But anywho, yeah, I was not aware of Scamilton.
Scamilton is probably the greatest thing that has happened in my life.
Not the greatest thing. Don't ever claim that. That is atrocity.
It was so good to see y'all butcher Hamilton this way.
And when I say butchered, first of all, I don't know, for any of our Hamilton watchers, any of our people who know about the song, that would be enough. When she says, I know who I married, for you to change it to say, I believe in Jesus, this was not a Jesus. This was not
Y'all butchered it in the name of the Lord? How dare you?
Oh my gosh.
My God is a God of many keys.
And then the pastor had the audacity to come in at the end and give a speech. Give a speech about sin. The sin was in the damn play. How dare you?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it was so good to see. I loved it.
I
would probably pay $0 to see that again.
And the fact that it was the dresses, it was the I can't say no to this, and they walked off stage. It was the
background singers. They're not even really background singing. They're just background screaming.
Nobody was on beat together. Nobody was singing the same song at the same time. I just don't. Yeah, that's a good L to hold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this L today to the woman at the Dallas airport getting in the man's face, the Spirit employee's face. Now,
because why would you do that?
I watched the video quite a few times because I wanted to get some context, okay? Because when you first start the video, you see that she's trying to walk away, or so you think. Because at the beginning, his argument was, you put your hands on me and you got in my space, so I'm here now. That's what he said the entire video. And my issue I have, and why she needs to hold the L, is these men stepped in to de-escalate, and you took it upon yourself to come and slap the fuck out that man.
You know.
And then ran.
And then ran like a bitch.
And so people were like, oh no, he was wrong. And then the man in the video talking about, then the man in the video talking about, you don't fight no woman, you don't put your hands on a woman. Y'all sat there and watched what she did the entire time. So I'm going to say that this argument had lasted at least a few minutes prior to the recording even starting. And for him, he had enough because she had to been belligerent, because she had been belligerent that entire time. And he was trying to fix it or de-escalate it, and then she escalated it some more. So he went and got with her ass the entire time. But the L goes to her and the other men in the video, because y'all stood there for a good, how long is the video? 3-4 minutes?
It was about 3-4 minutes, yeah.
Y'all stood there and let that woman accost him.
No, really though, because the only reason y'all actually stepped in is when he started like getting combative. She was combative the whole time.
The entire time. And then somebody gets in between y'all. She gets some balls and slaps the fuck out this man.
Because
then y'all get mad at him because he'd had enough.
And I feel like the only reason she did this is because she felt like she was safe in a position to be able to do that.
She was safe in the position to do that, and she felt like those men was going to take up for her, and they did.
And they did.
And the problem is, the dude was like, hey, bro, like, I'll fight whoever. And the dude was like, well, hit me. Well, the problem is he wasn't the aggressor. You're the aggressor now, and he waiting on you to swing so he can show you what's up. Period.
Fair is fair.
And I'm all for, I do believe in men shouldn't just be hauling off and hitting on women. I do believe that you should keep your hands to yourself. However,
but also women.
Keep your hands to your goddamn self. Like, stop why it. Are we? And the problem is, most of the time, most of the videos where we having these debates is when men have had enough. Where in the video,
and honestly, that's where the recording starts.
You notice where, no, because sometimes, like, there's one I'll never forget. It's been making its rounds for years. This girl was in the classroom. They were in the classroom. This boy was minding his business. Mm-hmm. This girl kept coming at him, screaming at him, yelling, fussing, cussing, getting in his face, mushing his head.
But as soon as
she slapped him pretty good, and it must have like snapped him because he tore that ass up. And then the teacher stepped in. That's my issue.
Getting involved, if you're going to get involved, it should start at the beginning, when the aggression begins.
Because that's
you can't just be getting upset because somebody else retaliated against the aggression. That don't make no sense.
Because they're not the aggressors, and now you're making them out to be the aggressor when they were really just defending themselves.
In a situation where they should have been defended, especially with like in a classroom.
And I'm sorry, my godkids and my children, when I have them, will understand that Gotti ain't going to be mad, or mommy not going to be mad if that happens to you. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask, well, who stepped in when the girl was putting her hands on my child? Who stepped in? Because if you didn't step in, we don't have anything to talk about. And if he's getting suspended for this, why isn't she? We want to talk about equality. We want to talk about men and women having the same rights and privileges. This is also a part of those rights and privileges.
Yep. It's also the responsibilities.
I've heard this statement ever since I was little. You want to buck up at a man, be prepared to get knocked down like one. I live by that. Do I play fight with niggas? Yes. I've been play fighting with my cousins and my brother my whole life. I've done it. But when I'm mad, I'm not going to put my hands on no dude. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. It's not happening. And actually, even though I'm crazy as shit, and we've seen my crazy, never once have I gotten aggressive to the point where I'm putting my hands on somebody or I'm trying to destroy something. I can get there. But at what point do you say, okay, I might want to chill out because I look crazy? And that woman, and now there's an investigation on Spirit, they suspended him or whatever. And I mean, I get it because you're still in your professional setting, so you shouldn't let someone get you to that point. But when someone keep putting their hands on you, I think there's only so much control that you have.
Because at the end of the day, if people were going to step in, they should have stepped in at the beginning.
From the very beginning. And if y'all was going to protect her, y'all should have protected her from herself. Period.
That's it, and that's all.
Completely. So yeah, those are pretty good ones. And if y'all have like a situation where you feel like somebody should hold this L, let us know down in the comments or let us know on IG or Twitter, because I would love to know. So Channy, I have a question, because you know you've kind of been the one asking the questions, but
I have what?
Yeah,
oh,
you know.
Okay.
My question is, what do you feel has been, you're going to hate that I ask it this way.
Oh, no.
The roses and thorns of being Greek. What is your take on that?
Roses and thorns.
Roses and thorns. Let's start with the roses.
We're going to start with the roses. The roses that I have. Number one, I do in fact love my organization. I love being a part of Sigma Alpha Iota. I do in fact like the fact that for one thing, it's taught me a lot of things being in this organization, as well as like on top of like learning how to be a leader and when to lead and when to serve and serving as a leader. It's also taught me time management. Because, baby,
that is imperative.
Time management, it taught me a lot about that. It also just taught me how to just grow up. Just grow up as a woman, or just grow up as a person and as an individual. There's a lot of situations where, because of just how personally our chapter has had to grow, I've had to grow along with it. So I appreciate it for that. Yeah. There's a lot of times where I'm not the kind of person normally that will just step up or step into a situation like whenever like there's a need, but because of my organization, I'm now more comfortable with doing that kind of thing. Or
I think the greatest, well, some of the roses that I have, is it taught me how to be around women. Because again, I've never been around women long enough to where I was still comfortable being myself, or comfortable with having a whole bunch of women in my life.
I have a lot of friends like that. And one of my friends was like, ain't no bitch about me. I'm all like full nigga over here. And that's kind of like, I see it that way, is that ain't no bitch about you. I
just don't have it in me. Sometimes like I'm playful and I'll get a little catty about like silly stuff. Like, ooh girl, like, why you said that? Or, ooh girl, why you ate that? Why you ate that like that? Like, I'm not but I'm not no catty, messy bitch. So I don't have it. Like, I just don't have it. And they be like, girl, I'm just so mad. This person did this. And I'm like, okay, and like, do you want to fix it? No? Okay, fuck them. Do you not? Do you? And it's ironic because I'm a therapist and I feel that way in my personal life. But like, who gives a damn? Like, and I'm also the type of person, I grew up in an environment where we said what the fuck we said, and if you want to talk about it some more, we could talk about it. But I'm just letting you know I said what I said. We can have that conversation. And Perfect example. We were having a business meeting, and I came out with an idea, and somebody suggested that I should do something using my vehicle.
Oh, God, I remember this meeting. Oh, I remember this.
And I said, so you going to be the one to do it then? You gonna drive? I don't have a car. Okay, so how you offering up my shit? How you gonna offer up my vehicle as a means for a situation that doesn't require a vehicle? Help me understand that. I'm the type of person, when it comes to business, I really don't have friends. Business is business. When it's time to worry about the business, we worry about the business. And then after that, I'll be your sister after that. But I'm not aggressive or like nonchalant, as in like your opinion doesn't matter, but your feelings don't.
That's another rose of like having been in the organizations that have taught me how to differentiate and do business and manage doing business
without being without personalizing it.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is the bottom line. And I realize that a lot of people feel like your feelings should matter in the bottom line. And it doesn't.
Not at the end of the day.
So just like with this situation with my job felt like their bottom line was more important than the circumstances that were hindering us from being able to effectively meet their bottom line. They didn't give a damn about that. And since you didn't give a damn about that and you weren't offering any resources to make any changes, I'm out. Because your bottom line is not changing. And that has nothing to do with any personal feelings about me. And I don't have no other personal feelings about y'all. I just can't work for you.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I think that I've always had that mindset because my dad has made me have that mindset. Like my dad was just like, ain't nobody gonna care about your feelings. This still got to get done. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess my feelings don't matter right now. So I think that's some of the good things about it. And I think my line specifically, I love so much because we did have it's 20 of us, y'all.
Ooh. Talk about it.
And shout out to the Roses, the Preludes. Shout out to the 20 Preludes, okay? Because honey,
there's 20 of us.
It's 20 of
okay.
us.
There's 20 different personalities, all right?
And it was times where I felt like we should have set up a boxing rink and just went to blows because it was times where we really wanted to see each other in the grass.
But ask us if that got in the way of us doing business.
Absolutely not.
Did not.
Absolutely not.
I will fight you after this fundraiser.
Hello.
When we done with this community service, see me outside.
I cut your ass out these text messages when this is over. But we gonna get this work done. And I think for me, I think why our connection and why our bond is still so dope, even though we got lives now, y'all. We got children, husbands, degrees we
businesses.
Get, businesses, careers. We are all doing some amazing, dope things, and I love my awesome nerds. But for us, it was quite hysterical to see how we navigated that. And I think it was such a dope opportunity because now I can deal with the different personalities. I don't really care. It taught me so much on how to be and coexist, especially in a room full of women. Again, I'm not saying that I grew up with a whole bunch of men in my life. No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You did.
I did. My dad's side of the family, it was a lot more males than females that I was around. I know there's a lot of female cousins that I have, but we were always up under our big male cousins. That's just what we did.
Yeah.
And they used to always play fight with me, and then I always used to be under my uncles. My dad has, for the 18, there's 11 boys and 7 girls. So, it's a lot of men. So I was always up under them. I always interacted with them. I always saw them and they interacted with me. So I've just always had this aggressive energy.
I wouldn't say it's aggressive.
If y'all know my mama. So it's not. And if y'all know my mama is a little spicy too. So
yeah, she's spicy. She is a little spicy.
I was gonna say I get it honest, and I do not take anything away from that. But yeah, those are some of like the greatest moments that I think we've ever. Listen, we had some times. We're not gonna tell y'all about them. We're gonna get into that as well. But okay, so what were your thorns about it? And before she starts, I just want to clarify: roses are the good things, thorns are the bad things.
Oh yeah, that's a family thing that we do. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, so go ahead. I realized that I probably should have said that before.
So some thorns. Thorns. There is a point where you have to give up some part of your social life for the work to be done.
Yep.
There are some things that you just cannot be a part of or do because you have work to do.
Right.
And you just have to just make do with that. Unfortunately,
I can agree with that.
There's like for me when I first started. From one thing, I was a freshman. I was a freshman that was in the honors college. That was
Concert chorale.
I was in whatever performance needed to be done. I was in it. So I was in rehearsal constantly, and I was still doing class, and I still was a member of SAI. So I still needed to. I had responsibilities. Not only that was I a member, I was vice president of membership. You cannot slack. You have to grow up fast. And there are some things that I just was not able to be a part of. There are some experiences that I did not have because there was just so much for me to be doing.
Yeah, and I think one of the thorns for me, I agree with that. I think a thorn for me was having to explain our organization to people who only understand or know about D9 life.
Yes.
And it's no disrespect to the D9 because we absolutely love them and cherish them because they're a part of our culture.
We have plenty of sisters who are in D9s and we appreciate that culture.
Yeah. And because our organization is white, we're trying to introduce this organization to a culture that only knows D9. It sometimes is met with sometimes it's met with a lot of judgment and questions or about the validity of our Greekdom, so to speak.
A lot of times, especially it feels as though people just kind of offhand it when I say that. If whenever I tell people I went to an HBCU and I joined a Greek organization, they're like, okay, what Greek? Sigma Alpha Iota. Offhand. They don't care anymore.
And I'm gonna pop my shit real quick. But if you learn your history, you wouldn't be saying that. I'm just saying. If you knew your history, you wouldn't be saying it. So this dude I was talking to at one time, he is a part of Iota Phi Theta. Mm-hmm. And okay, so we are a music organization. We are a music fraternity for women. Also, a long explanation for people who do not understand that, yes, women can be in fraternities. And our founders were very intentional about the things that they wanted and how they wanted it to be known and recognized.
Including our pronunciation.
Including our pronunciation. Now, in Greek language, iota is incorrect. It is actually iota. That's how it's pronounced. And this dude I used to talk to, he is a part of Iota. And do you know this man tried to argue me down about the fact that my organization was incorrect? I said, sir, by the time you were discovered, we were already 60 years in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, get you some time in and then talk to me. And I never mean that in any disrespect to D9 because they have really done a lot for the Black community. But also in Greekdom is Greekdom. You are still a part of the Greek land. And a part of the Greek land, there are hundreds of organizations outside of just the D9.
The D9 is literally just 9.
Just 9.
It's just 9.
Literally. And even for us, apparently there's 10 of us. There's 10 music organizations. I can only tell you about 4, maybe 5.
I think I got a good 6.
You got more than me. I got. I'm gonna put them in order. Phi Mu Alpha.
Right.
You got us. Mm-hmm. KK Psi came first.
I believe so. Yeah, KK Psi.
And then TBS. And then them purple people. The Mu Phi Epsilon.
Yes.
Them the only ones I know. After that, it's a blur.
Okay, so maybe I only have 5. Wait, no. You know what? We're going to talk about this later.
Okay, because, I don't know. But, it was definitely, it was funny to me. Because I wasn't arguing. I said, sir, you're Iota. I'm Iota. 2 different lanes.
And the thing is, you don't even have to question. You can just accept that it's different, okay? You can just be like, oh, that's different. And then leave it at that.
Baby, he said, my Iota don't know nothing about no Iota. I said, that's because you're not a part of my Iota. That's the point.
Okay. Your Iota don't know nothing about it. We're not the same organization.
We are not the same.
It don't make no damn sense.
We are not the same. We are musical, you're not. And that's just what it is. It's no shade, it's no beef, but we're just a music professional organization, and that doesn't take away from anything. My biggest thorn, though, is that we have to fight for diversity or fight to feel included in an organization that's supposed to be about sisterhood.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially, and it was very apparent, and shout out to all of my Ebony Roses, that's what we call ourselves, that spoke out a lot during the George Floyd incident, where we were like, y'all don't get to sit back and have no voice at all.
During a time where it is important for there to be actionable anti-racism, it is important especially for us to feel like our organizations that we are a part of, that we put work into, that we have spouted praises for, also backs us up. And in those kind of situations, they have our back. And that during that time period, I think that kind of was a growing period for the whole or the organization as a whole, for us to really find out what that really means for the organization to be not just anti-racist, but actionably have our back in those situations. And
it's been pretty dope to see the change and see the effort that they're making to make those strides, to make it not for a show thing or just a Band-Aid thing. They're actively wanting to have those changes and wanting to be more cognizant and intentional about inclusivity,
especially at the convention where we had our first Black e-board member, our first Hispanic e-board member. We had a whole discussion. And that's the
national e-board, not just our local and regional, province and regionals and stuff like that. So that was pretty dope to see that. I was really excited about that. But yeah, I think that, but I will say, being at a HBCU, you adopt and you still have certain rules and regulations that are mandatory, even if it's not a D9 organization. The biggest, we're going to go back and forth. I'm going to see if you pick up on it. The biggest rules that we had, and we have everybody has to spit them, is always excuses.
Oh, yeah.
Discernment. Discretion. Discretion. Rather, not discernment. Discretion. And what's the other one? Time.
Because those things, honestly, they serve you well just as a person trying to run a business through an organization.
And not even just a business, it runs your life. Because showing, because Shani will tell you, I am an on-time person. I'm not pulling up. If you tell me to be here at 10, I'm not trying to pull up at 10. I'm pulling up at 9:45, 9:50.
Facts.
I don't like to be late. I don't. And I think that like us as black people, it's a joke that we talk about CP time, but like, bitch, don't play with my time. Don't play with my time. If you say this is the time we're meeting, be there at that time. Because you could ask any of my friends. Patty, everybody has a story at which time has made me almost cuss them out. Or I did cuss them out. Patty, she's been on the show before. Hey, girl, I did cuss her out. She was having a birthday function. We're going to make this the last thing, and then we're going to go ahead and head out. Because there's not really a lot that we can go into details about, like, Greek life as a whole. But there's just, like, certain things that we can say we like or we dislike about it. And they're still not, it's still, like, nothing, like, too bad. But story time. Okay. Patty was wanting to have her birthday dinner. I was still living in DC at the time. So, you know, I had to drive down. You know?
That's far.
And in traffic at that. So, she told us that dinner was going to be at 7:30. 6:45, 7:30. One of those two. Me and Megan are the same way about time. We show up a good 20 minutes early. Because we knew that if she needed help with getting stuff set up or getting established or talking to the hostess to make sure everything is ready, we would be in place. Mm-hmm. We go, and we also wanted to go to Alex and Annie, my favorite, like, bracelet people. So we stopped by there, and then we went over there. Nobody is here yet. Time creep up some more. No, that's what it was. She said the reservation was at 7:30, but she was telling people to show up at 6:45, 6:30. That's what it was.
Oh, Lord.
Because now it's getting closer to 7:30. Her people still ain't there. Now she's in a different city, 30 minutes away, getting lit before she comes to have her birthday dinner. And so we're sitting here pissed off because I'm like, bro, now I'm hungry because I didn't eat because I'm thinking we going to come in, people going to be here, we going to sit down, we going to eat, it's going to be a great time. I'm calling her like, girl, what's up? Like, she was like, oh, the reservation's not till so-and-so. You didn't think to tell us that? You didn't think that was going to be a good idea? And she caught an attitude because I went off on her. I said, now, Patty, now you know how I am about time. If you tell me a time, you need to be here. And she was like, well, it's not till so-and-so. No, you did not. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that. So why am I here so early? I was like, you lucky I like you because I almost went home. We almost left.
I'm surprised you didn't.
You know what? By then I was already committed and I was hungry.
That's facts. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to go eat.
Yeah.
But when she realized, like when she came to and realized, she was like, okay, so I'm sorry because my other friends was on CP time. Because there was friends that still showed up at like almost 8 o'clock.
My God. Call time was at 6:30.
My birthday party, I was mad because, you know, I told people 7 o'clock. How the hell I ain't show up till 8:30?
People still ain't show up yet. Ooh.
I showed up at 8:30.
I had to check and make sure that I wasn't wrong. Because when I showed up, I was like, wait a minute. Like 3 people in this bitch.
Now, the cool thing was she gave me 5 hours.
She did.
She gave me 5 hours. Like, you have the space for 5 hours. And that was, like, the greatest thing ever. Because I was like, girl, I don't know. Because I know my people. And my people going to be on CP time. So that's why I said 7. Because I wasn't expecting nobody before 7:45. I wasn't expecting.
Me being myself, I showed up early.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. But I wasn't expecting to be that late because I was expecting to be there by 7:45. But we will not go into further detail about why I did not. But anyway, so I think we pretty much agreed on like Greekdom altogether. And again, shout out to all my Greeks.
One last question though.
Okay.
Just one question. Okay. So hear me out. What is one piece of advice you would give somebody who is considering joining a fraternity or sorority on campus?
Just one?
I mean, you can expound, but like, just one.
Be secure in who you are.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Before you join. And be sure of the organization before you join. So just be confident in who you are and how you can be an asset to the organization.
That makes sense.
And the other thing is, don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Don't. I tell that to our neos all the time. Stop taking it personal. This ain't got shit to do with your relationship with her outside of here. It's business. Remember that, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I think I would probably tell, if there any advice, get the Greek life fairy tale out of your head.
Oh, please.
Please.
It is not a fairy
Release
tale.
it. Release yourself from the bondage of that fairy tale.
It's not a fairy tale. And also, it's not as dramatic or aggressive or physical as people make it to be.
It's you're not gonna walk into this and then suddenly like the sun shines brighter because you are a member of the organization. You have work to do.
Work.
You got stuff to do.
And the work never stops.
Never does.
We've been gone. I've been gone. The same age as the chapter.
As long as the chapter has been in existence.
I've been gone for a long time and the work just does not stop. It still doesn't
And we
stop.
still come back.
Yeah, we do. I think we should come back, but our boundaries should be different. But we'll talk about that offline. But anywho. You want a commercial break?
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I forgot. We're doing the thing. It's time. It's time. I forgot. It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
You guys, it's time.
Oh my gosh.
It's time for Music of the Week. Music of the Week. Hey, Music of the Week.
Hey.
Music of the Week. Hey.
You go first.
Oh, okay. I think this week it's very much relating to All Right by Ledisi. Lettucey, whatever. Vegetables.
You just called lettucey,
Ledisi.
Freak.
I'm sorry, my brain automatically goes Ledisi. I don't know why. It's like when I first
Ledisi,
Ledisi. Okay, listen. All right.
I'm telling.
Who? Lettucey?
I'm telling. I'm snitching. I'm singing like a canary.
Anyway, it was very much giving All Right.
Oh, that's my song.
Because even though a whole bunch of bullshit happened, at the end of the day, I'm still here, and that's what's up. That's dope.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's my song. That's a part of my morning playlist.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, it's part of my morning playlist. My morning playlist is kind of lit. It's all over the place. There's a lot of Jesus in there, but it got a sprinkle of a few things.
We love the Lord.
We love the Lord.
We love a church girl that can twerk.
I sure can. Ooh, that's who else. We gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna have that L next week. Okay. So my song of the week is "Summer Soft" by Stevie Wonder, and more specifically, like I am obsessed to trying to see him do it live, like full band, full regalia. Like I want to hear it in like its full raw, unfiltered self.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
I've tried, but video quality at the concerts are trash. And that's all that's on YouTube. So I really am trying to find it. I would just love to see it.
Even if there could be like a closed studio, just a live studio.
That's what I'm trying to find, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
And so that I don't know why. It's just the oh my gosh. It's first of all, it's Stevie Wonder, so I don't really have to explain it. But that particular song it's just been on repeat all week.
Love that song.
Yeah, I do.
It was nice.
It's great. I love Stevie, so I just wanted everybody to understand the moment they announce it. Don't look for me. I'm going to be in mourning.
It's going to be a hurt day.
It's going to be a very hurtful thing for my entire family. We might shut down. Like, we might go black because that's just how much Stevie meant to me and my family. Like, that child, I ain't gonna be no good.
I understand that.
But anywho, it's been a great episode. I really miss this room.
Yeah, I love this room.
I don't know, guys. We might have to keep this room. We might have to
come back. The intimacy level in this room, bar none. And I think I really enjoy it. So, yeah, guys, this has been another episode of Code Switching Naturally. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Code Switching Pod. I don't know. I've been liking the takeovers. I've been liking that we take over. Yeah.
It's been kind of fun.
We've been having a good time with that.
We've been having such a great time. So, I think we'll do that every week, and where we'll take over our Instagram. And yeah, so come chill with us for
come hang out.
But yeah, guys, so until next time, stay black, stay beautiful, stay humble.
Bye.
Bye.